yeah, I think that's the main thing what I want to do. So people will come to the party enjoying this environment and the feeling and creativity, what's going to happen on the party also. I think that's the main thing. Yeah, actually, the last full moon, I looked up what it's going to be, how you could feel, and
Mm.
actually, that full moon, what I was reading, it all happened. So I think we all have a connection with the moon and something.
Welcome to Born to Create, the podcast where we delve deep into the minds and hearts of artists from all walks of life. I'm your host, Maria, and each week we explore the powerful relationship between creativity and the human experience. Here, artists share their most meaningful life lessons, profound transformations, and the challenges they face along the way. Together, we'll uncover how creativity has shaped their mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Join us on this journey of discovery and inspiration and find out how creativity can impact your life too. Well, today I'm excited to welcome Jasper, also known as Lunar J. He's a DJ, an artist, entrepreneur, and founder of Heavenly Events and the Heavenly Full Moon Parties here on the beautiful Costa Blanca. With a background in both music and painting, Jasper creates spaces where connection, community, and creativity come alive under the magic of the full moon. So this summer, a new series of full moon parties will take place in Javier at the stunning Hacienda, a place where music, nature, and soulful energy come together. We'll dive a little deeper today with Jasper's story about his DJing, his music journey, how he came about with the full moon party, what's the philosophy about it. So I'm very excited to learn more about this and about you, Jasper. So
Yeah,
thanks
thank
for.
you for inviting me. I'm really curious what you're going to ask me, and I'm excited actually.
So I guess let's start with perhaps a little bit about your background, your story, and early creativity. How did music first enter your life?
Actually, at a young age, because my dad was like a DJ on parties with the vinyl records, and he got these big, massive boxes with a lot of vinyl records, like the old disco and I don't know, all the records. It's amazing. He still got it, and yeah, that's where it all started. And actually, I think at the age of maybe around 12 or something, I was DJing or mixing with the old cassettes, I don't know how you
Yes.
call them in English,
Yeah.
but the
Cassette.
cassette, yeah, this was really funny. And then I went to high school, and I met this guy actually, and he was doing mixing with the dot recorders and in the Trans Buddha in Amsterdam. And yeah, that was amazing also. And yeah, I think it started all there. And at like age 14, I was doing, yeah, producing on the fast tracker, old school, yeah, some program to make music. And it was, yeah, if you rely to the programs now, and it was so easy and weird, like I don't know, it looks like, yeah, old
Different than
school.
now.
Yeah, it was different with the patterns, and it was actually
Interesting.
for the first time that was really nice to work with that, producing and DJing with my cousin and on high school parties and birthday parties at friends, and that's how it started.
Amazing. So really early in your life and also passed on sort of from your dad,
Yeah,
inspired by him.
yes, yeah.
Very cool. And what music was it back then for you?
Back then was like, yeah, you played the tracks like House Party One, like the turn up the bass music, early 90s. So yeah, really old school tracks. Actually, yeah, in the Netherlands, there was starting this hype, like a transformation from house music or Detroit techno to, there were some guys in Holland, they created this gabber music, like hardcore
Ah, GABA. Yes.
sound. So it was really hard, and actually we all enjoyed it in Holland. And yeah, I think we go with that kind of scene, and that's why we like the harder parts in the Netherlands.
Yeah, love that. Amazing. And so you also paint, right?
Actually, yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when did you start painting? How long have you been doing this?
Actually, I was from young age always drawing sketches or whatever, and I went to the like an art designer school in Amsterdam, and that's where it all started, I think. And yeah, actually, the first painting I did was after my divorce, because the creativity I had before, it was gone for a long time. And after that, I can express myself again. And yeah, I start painting, and actually I'm doing really well, I think.
Amazing. And it's interesting because you mentioned your creativity was gone. What do you think, like, what, I mean, it started again. So, like, what do you feel why it was gone?
I think that relationship held me back at that point of my life. And yeah, I was working hard, and yeah, I think that was the thing. So I couldn't express myself anymore, and I was doing work, work, work. And after that, I get this freedom again and start working on what I like to do. And that's one of the things. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love the lens of like seeing how when creativity flows again, like what it brings into your life and also what makes it possible and the different qualities of those both lives, right? So this is the reason I started the podcast, was because I was interested in finding out what other artists' relationship with creativity is and if it's impacted them in different parts of life in different ways. So yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, actually, there was one friend of mine who was painting, and we did some painting together. And actually, that was the trigger point for me to create art again. And I started to buy some canvas and paint and everything, airbrushes. And I was finding out what I like to make. And actually, I did a few different things. And I like to make nudie woman, and especially in bright colors and black light colors. So when it's dark, you see the painting as well.
Does it have a what's the meaning for that behind it? Does it have a particular, do you have a particular thought process about this?
I like to paint like the woman body because it's not like dirty, but I think everybody likes a silhouette of a woman in a different way. And especially with my bright colors, I think, and the glow in the dark, it pops out. I think it could be a thing people want to.
And so how do you feel when you are creating, like whether that's music or art? What does it give you?
The feeling, what it gives me when I make art. Actually, when I make art, I don't have the feeling every day to make art, because you need to feel good by yourself, no anxiety or stress. And I think that's the same with music, because if you don't feel it, you can't work on a project. And yeah, lately the feeling is there, but I don't do it really often that much because of I'm really busy with my other jobs, and I would like to start again. And I think it will be.
But you're doing so many things, like you are, like you're saying, you're having a business where you're creating beautiful picnics, and then you're also creating this project with a full moon party. So, you know, there's a lot of things that you are creating. It doesn't always have to be
Yeah,
painting.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So I'm busy with a lot of stuff, and no free time actually to, yeah, to release myself on my paintings or in my music.
So tell me more about the full moon party. Like what, sorry, how did it start and what's the philosophy, I guess, behind it? Or what does the full moon mean to you? Sorry, a lot of questions at once.
Yeah, the full moon party actually started a while ago when I went to Thailand, and yeah, I love that full moon party on Koh Phangan. And I had always this dream to, or yeah, like organize an event like that, but somewhere else. And now I got this opportunity with the Hacienda, one of the oldest discotheques in Spain, in Europe actually, with this license to be in discotheque way before Ibiza opened the doors. I think 1954 or something. So yeah, that was really exciting that I got this opportunity to do this. And yeah, hopefully we can create like a family kind of vibe, because I think people will enjoy the music and the environment if they feel like home, and that's the thing I want to create here.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a nice vision you've got. And in terms of what does the full moon party entail for anybody that doesn't really know what it's about, hasn't seen the posts or anything, how would you describe it?
What we want to do is like creating a psychedelic kind of style, with nice decoration, just like behind me, this big full moon with a astronaut or something. And yeah, what I said earlier, like I want to create this feeling of being home with friends and connecting with each other. For me, this is I want to make people happy, with my kind of work, what I'm doing lately, and I think I think that's the main thing what I want to do. So people will come to the party enjoying this environment and the feeling and creativity. What's going to happen on the party also. I think that's the main thing.
Mm. Yeah, wonderful. Sounds like something I want to be part of, and I am, which is great. Amazing. So, and it starts the 17th of May, right? And it's in Javier on the Mongo, in the Hacienda. So, yeah, anybody who's watching this now and you're in the area or fly in, whatever, yeah,
Yeah,
come to this party. It'll be great. And so, what's your music style? Like, what will you be playing?
I will playing like a melodic techno. I love the harder part of techno, so yeah, maybe I will push it a little bit. But yeah, it, I think the team we have now with the kind of DJs we have, I think we have a good lineup with all kind of styles. And actually, I'm really excited about this Pacific Fault.
Oh, yeah, Pacific Voltage. Yes, this is very
Yeah,
unique. You don't really get this like in this area.
yeah. So the live playing also, I don't know what to think about it, but I think it's so exciting to see that how he does it actually. And my kind of music, actually, what I really like is the harder part, like the warehouse techno, like the underground tracks. Also, I like to play, yeah, more like how do you say it, essential, progressive kind of style. I love Sasha, by the way, because that's my hero from back in the day. Yeah, it was amazing. I worked in this discotheque in the Netherlands, in the old school discotheque, and I was a witness of seeing Tiesto growing up, like zero DJ till what he's now.
Really?
That's
Wow.
really amazing. And yeah, I think my real passion goes to the a bit harder. So I love to make people, like dance in, go with the flow actually. I love like Latin house actually also. So yeah, it depends of my own mood actually.
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, in the night, you'll also feel into what the vibe will be, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And the full moon, apart from that, you've gone to Thailand and you've really loved it there, and that's why the full moon party. Does the full moon itself have a particular meaning to you, or do you have a connection with it?
Yeah, actually yes, because I always charge my gems over there, my stones.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know what it is with the full moon. Actually, I've got a lot with like angel numbers.
Mm.
So yeah, I always see like 21, 21, 22, 22, and it's on my wrist here. So yeah, I believe there's like a higher power
Mhm.
who's guiding you in bad times or good times. So yeah, I like full moons also.
Yeah. So you're sensitive to energies and you connect to something greater, the certainty of it. So,
Yeah, actually, the last full moon, I looked up what it's gonna be, how you could feel, and
mm.
actually, that full moon, what I was reading, it all happened. So I think we all have a connection with the moon and something, So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I'm totally into astrology and energies and actually angel numbers. That's why my name Makari has the II in the end because it's like a tribute to the 1111.
oh,
For,
really,
yeah, yeah. No,
that's cool.
so you're in tune with the messages of the universe. So there's an aspect of spirituality in this concept as well that you're bringing in. And
Actually, that's what I want to create. The full moon goes over this open discotheque, and people will dancing in the moon. And I hope a lot of people will come with this spiritual feeling. Let's enjoy the party all together.
but I guess what does spirituality mean to you? And also, what's the connection with spirituality and creativity for you?
Actually, I believe in a higher power, and sometimes I see things like numbers or like a butterfly, a white butterfly. I always tell my kids that that's my grandmother. I don't know why, but I see them always when I need it. And I think that's the thing I love about spirituality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's beautiful.
I think also that sometimes when you feel sad or there's something going on in your life, something happens, on a way you can't explain. And I think that's really interesting because you see it. Actually, maybe a little funny story because my grandmother died a few years ago. And actually, the day after we buried her, I had this picture on the wall from me and my son above each other with screws. So it was really tight, it couldn't fall off. And actually, after that day, it falls. So I don't know. I can't explain. This is the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something is out there.
No, I agree with you. And I know those moments that you're talking about where you just, it's like, it's clear for you, like you can just feel it, like that it has a meaning and the power of it. Wow. Well, that's powerful. Over your life, I guess, like in terms of reconnecting to your vision, perhaps if there were challenges or not, how have you reconnected to it usually? Like, what's your mindset about overcoming challenges, perhaps?
I think my mindset is always positive, even when you back down by something or whatever. So I'm always looking forward and not thinking about the past. I've got some tough years behind me, and actually now I'm doing really well. I think everything you believe in will happen in the future. If you really, really believe it and with all the passion and love in your body, I think it will happen. So if you focus on that and like manifesting, I think, I don't know, but it's working.
Yeah, your creations are a testament for that, like with your companies and projects. Yeah, it seems like you're creating a lot and
I think
manifesting.
if you believe in something, what you want to do and what you build for yourself and for the future, it will happen. But you need to do it with all your passion and go for it. And probably you fall 5, 6 times on your face, but in the end, it will happen.
If you could leave the listeners right now with like one message, like one particular message that you feel, well, maybe it's something that really inspired you or something that you think about a lot about following their creativity and their soulful path and manifesting, what would that be? Like an advice?
I think my advice is what I do every day is affirmations, and for me it's working really well. I don't know what it is, but it works. If you believe in something, go for it and do what you like, and don't be like a puppet in this world, but yeah, expand your creativity in the life and enjoy life as it is. If you believe in something, create and do what you want to do, because this is life. You live like 80 years. Enjoy life as it is and do everything your heart wants to do. Don't be like this puppet of society. Like if you don't want to work for a boss, don't work for a boss. Go do it yourself. Create your own happiness. That's the main thing I can say to people. Yeah, I I'm doing now what I'm love to do, and that makes me happy, actually. So yeah, that's my creativity also, to express myself in these events or picnics or whatever I'm doing, making art.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's very good advice. It's true. It's like lead the way, express yourself through your truth, right?
Yeah, be yourself. If you
yeah,
don't like your job, don't do it.
mm,
Go find another job.
yeah. It's that easy. Yeah. It's that simple.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is that easy, because
yeah,
if you don't like doing something, you don't have to do it, because otherwise, yeah, it doesn't feel good. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's like sometimes people think, yeah, I can't because, because of this and that, and then they are held back. But if they had this mindset of just, just find a different job, then the lightness would come with it too, wouldn't it? And I see it all the time as well when people do try whatever they said first they can't, but then they do. It turns out in a good way.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Mm.
Exactly that. I think you need to do everything what your heart wants you to do.
Mm. Beautiful. And so what's coming up for you musically, and how can people find you, listen to your music, and also, the link will be under this podcast for the full moon party and all the other links, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just working on some tracks with Shadrack from England, a
Mhm.
friend of mine. He's gonna play also on Full Moon Party. You can find me on SoundCloud, actually, on Lunar J, and yeah, probably we're gonna expand that also to Spotify or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. So creative projects coming up, some music. So everyone can look out for that. Again, if you're around in Spain, come along to the full moon parties. They're going
yeah,
to be happening every month, right? So people need to know
yeah.
that as
Till
well.
September. September we have the closing party.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so we started in May, 17th of May. Actually, it's not the full moon day because that's a few days before. But yeah, we need to start somewhere, and all the other parties are exactly on the full moon. Come along and enjoy the
Nice.
environment and the happiness we're gonna create.
Amazing. Well, yeah, it'll be amazing. So looking forward to the summer season. Thank you so much, Jasper,
Thank
Lunar
you.
J. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was also a pleasure for me. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Born to Create. I hope you found today's conversation as inspiring and enlightening as I did. Remember, creativity is not just about making art. It's about embracing transformation, nurturing our mental and emotional health, and connecting with our deeper selves. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback helps us reach more listeners and continue bringing you these powerful stories. Until next time, stay inspired, keep creating, and remember that you were born to create.